Welcome to a lesson about setting up sourcing methodology. Previously, you learned the important factors that make a sourcing methodology. Now we are going to guide you on how you can create one yourself. But before that, let us differentiate the sourcing methodology and sourcing strategy. Let's start. The sourcing methodology is a structured approach used to identify, evaluate, select and manage suppliers for the procurement of goods. Simply put, it's like the step-by-step plan or roadmap that guides you how to source goods or services. A sourcing strategy, on the other hand, is a specific plan or approach that you adopt to fulfill your sourcing objectives. It's more focused on the big picture and involves making strategic decisions. Your sourcing strategy aligns with your organization's policies and goals and determines the direction you take in sourcing goods or services. To summarize, sourcing methodology is the overall process or framework, while sourcing strategy is the specific approach or plan within that process. The methodology outlines the steps you follow, while the strategy defines the strategic choices you make to achieve your sourcing goals. This is an important difference. By combining a well-defined sourcing methodology with a sound sourcing strategy, you can optimize your procurement efforts and establish successful supplier relationships. Now that we have differentiated both terms, it's time for you to learn how to set up your sourcing methodology. We will dive into sourcing strategy later in this module. To succeed in sourcing processes, it's crucial to focus on the design and organization of the process. Here are 5 important steps that you need to consider in this particular order. The first is to formulate a clear assignment and secure management commitment. Without a well-defined assignment and support from management, you may encounter practical challenges that hinder progress. Cooperation, departmental participation, and access to essential information are crucial. Before you begin the sourcing phase, it's important to make and get approval for a sourcing initiation plan. This plan is like an agreement with management and outlines the goals, people involved, timeline, and important decisions. It sets the starting point for the sourcing process. To create a strong sourcing initiation plan, it's important to understand the problem or the product service that you want to purchase. This helps you explain it well and get support from management. You don't need to know everything now, but being prepared and knowing your stuff is really important. Deciding which analysis to do can be tough because each process needs different information. You have to figure out early on which analyses are needed and how much detail to include. Some analysis can be done with your sourcing team after the plan is approved. We'll talk more about analysis later. The second is to form a sourcing team. Once the sourcing initiation plan is approved, the sourcing phase starts. Here, the team must gather and start. In this step, you should assemble a dedicated team that can work decisively and get support and commitment from the organization. Collaborate with your procurement team to identify relevant issues, conduct thorough analysis, develop a strategy, and create scenarios for the short, medium, and long term. Ensure these align with your organizational and purchasing policies. When you're in the position of a manager, it's important to assemble a capable team to ensure strong organizational involvement later on. When forming your sourcing team, it's tempting to include familiar faces. However, it's crucial to consider whether these individuals are truly part of the solution. In my opinion, the composition of a sourcing team should be tailored to the size and impact of the procurement issue. Not all sourcing teams are the same, but there are general competencies that should be represented. A well-rounded team should have expertise in the subject matter, market knowledge, understanding of the functional process, and skills in change management. By having these competencies within your team, you increase your chances of success. The third step is to make the right assessment. Once your sourcing initiation plan is approved by management, it's time to gather your sourcing team for the first meeting. In this kick-off meeting, you give your team an overview of the information and goals. You talk about the timeline and the tasks that still need to be done. One important task is figuring out which purchasing analysis you need to do for the sourcing process. It's important to choose the right analysis and do them thoroughly. As you can see in this figure, your sourcing methodology includes 6 main analyses that can be performed, which are the following: analysis of the current purchasing situation, analysis of the internal processes, financial analysis, contract analysis, market analysis, and portfolio analysis. The last step of setting up your sourcing methodology is the outcome of your sourcing analysis. When conducting the sourcing analysis, it's important to quickly understand your organization's current strategy and approach for the specific purchasing issue. Now we are going to introduce all the different analyses that we are going to discuss in more detail in the next lessons. When conducting a purchasing analysis, it is essential to document your current purchasing strategy, especially in cases involving project-oriented procurement with low complexity. Additionally, it's crucial to outline your approach for effectively handling such purchasing situations. During the internal process analysis, it's important to record the specifications aligned with your existing strategy. Furthermore, it is necessary to outline your methodology for enhancing these specifications to drive improvement within your organization. In the financial analysis phase, it is vital to document your current financial strategy and practices, including your approach to cost saving and cost avoidance. By doing so, you can identify opportunities to optimize your financial performance. Contract analysis requires a great articulation of your strategy and working methodology for each project. It's crucial to outline how you approach contract negotiation, management, and fulfillment to ensure successful outcomes. Market analysis entails documenting your current market strategy, including the methods you employ to determine market trends, opportunities, and challenges. Additionally, outlining your approach for effectively addressing these market dynamics is essential to maximize your competitive advantage. Finally, in the portfolio analysis, it is important to define your strategy for each product group, considering factors such as market demand, profitability, and growth potential. Furthermore, outlining your working method for addressing bottlenecks within each product group enables effective portfolio management and optimization. Conducting the analysis thoroughly provides a comprehensive qualitative understanding and leads to clear conclusions. Keep in mind that the outcomes of sourcing analysis vary, since every organization, product, and market is unique. Through the analysis, you also gain insights into best practices both within and outside the organization. Internal analysis and market analysis help identify effective approaches. For example, if you're dealing with a decentralized procurement issue that will be centralized after sourcing, you can examine which part of the organization has successfully addressed a similar procurement challenge. A critical phase in the sourcing process is transforming the conclusions of the sourcing analysis into building blocks. These building blocks are the key elements that have a substantive impact on the sourcing process and shape its direction. Before we end this lesson, we would like to explain to you how to fill the template. Each main analysis leads to specific conclusions, although not all sub-processes may be relevant. You can use this template to put your conclusions on paper. For every step, answer these 2 questions. 1. What do you already know about how your company deals with these analyses nowadays? And 2, is there already a process for conducting the analysis? If yes, how? If not, what is it you want to learn about the analysis to do your job better? Take a moment to reflect now. Congratulations on finishing another lesson. In this lesson, you learned the difference between sourcing methodology and sourcing strategy. Additionally, you have learned how to set up a sourcing methodology that fits your company. Thank you for joining us in this lesson, and we'll see you on the next one.